Hey guys, this is Anshan. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So this is going to be the most anticipated Q&A video that we are going to do. So I have all my questions on my laptop right here. So I'm going to go through it one by one and I'm going to answer some of them. So the first question we have is from Esther. So she has a lot of questions in this single comment. So I'm just going to answer one by one. So the first is, when did you start crocheting and what was your first project? So basically I started crocheting back in 2021 around, during COVID, because obviously COVID was pretty boring. I had nothing to do. I was studying at that time, but still I did not, obviously we could not go out or anything. So I started watching YouTube and I came across some YouTube video where someone was crocheting and I was like, that looks interesting. So I asked my parents to get me a crochet hook. Fun fact, the first time we did not know the difference between a crochet hook and a knitting needle like most of the people. So my parents ended up bringing me a pair of knitting needles and I just could not work it out. So then they went out again and they bought me a crochet hook. And by the way, this was the time of the COVID where some things were open, so we could go out with a mask. So yeah, that happened. And then I crocheted for like a couple of months and then I gave up because it was just too hard. And after I think a year or so, I picked it up again. I started my YouTube channel. I think that was back in 2022, if I'm not wrong. My first video came out in March or something. But yeah, and the first project I made, I think I still have it with me, so I'm just going to show it to you guys. Okay, so the first time I attempted to make like a scarf or something like that, and this is what I made. This is it. Like the first time when I started crocheting before I gave up, I made this. I mean, it's just so wonky. Like I can see some places where I put like 4 half double crochet or whatever I was trying to do in one stitch, and there are some stitches where there are none. So yeah, this is my first project. So the next part of the question is, since you're not a full-time crocheter, how do you manage the time and how many hours do you usually crochet? Okay, so obviously I have a full-time job. So I work 9 to 7 in my corporate job, and post that I take like a 30 minutes break, and for 2 to 3 hours every day I work on some crochet project, or if I am filming something, I do filming. Most of the filming on the weekends. I edit my videos during that 2-3 hours I have on a daily basis. I am not an early riser, so I don't get any work done in the morning. So mostly I just work from say till 12, 1, however time I feel like. So it's like I work around 12-13 hours a day. It's like a combination of my corporate work as well as crocheting. And that is also one of the reasons why I don't do as much markets as I want to, because I just can't get a lot of stock because of the time restraint. And the last question she has is, how do I fix prices for my project? So honestly, I mean, it's a bit controversial, but I basically go on the vibes. I see how, if I want to do that project again, if I'm like excited to do that project. There are some projects which I price a bit lower than it should be because I loved making it, and there are some which I just don't want to make it again. So the prices are basically depending a lot on the time it takes me. So I just put 1 hour equal to 100 rupees most of the time. But if I'm working with say chenille yarn, I hype it up to 150 rupees because chenille yarn, it's a bit challenging, it breaks a lot and all that stuff. So yeah, these are some of the factors, but mostly I just go off of what I feel the price is appropriate, which is again not like the best way to price thing, but this is what I do. Again, I know a lot of people have different opinions on them. So if you are one of them, just let me know in the comment how you price your crochet items. If you are a crocheter, or if you have any other small business, you can let me know how you price them as well. So yeah, this was our first question. The second one is from Tejaswini. She wants to know what is the cost of my raw materials. So basically I have like a diary in which I write all the raw materials that I buy, right from the yarn to the say key rings for that, clips that I use, or the packaging material. I have all of them written down and I basically do a total. And most of the time what I personally do is, when I do markets, I just reduce them from the profit. So for example, if you see my previous market, I did around 19,000 in profit in that video, but I did not include the cost of the raw material as such, because from March till August when we had that market, I just purchased a lot of things that I'm going to use for like say 5-10 years at least, because it includes 6,000 rupees worth of my crochet hook, and obviously I'm not going to buy them again because they are very durable, so I just reduce the price of it. But I have like a lot of yarn left, so I feel the cost of the inventory, I know how much I spend, but at this time I am not actively including the cost of raw materials or cost of raw materials in the profit that I make. I don't know if that makes sense. Even I'm confused on what I just said. So just to summarize, basically I have a notebook in which I write all the costs that I incur, and once I do a market, I reduce the cost of the raw materials from that specific market. So for example, right now the cost I incurred from March all the way to August was reduced from my last market, and even if I don't have any profit because the cost was higher, I will keep the cost to the side because I still have that raw material, and I'll reduce the same to the from the next market I do. So yeah, that is what I am doing, because again this is not my full-time business, so I'm not really deep diving into the cost and all of the things, but yeah, that is what I personally do. Okay, so the next question is from Riddhi. She wants to know, how do I register for my market? So she's also a fellow crochet artist, so I hope you are doing well. And she also wants to set up a stall, but she does not know how to do so. So basically, Riddhi, your best friend is Instagram. I live in Mumbai, so I follow this page called as Mumbai Exhibitions. In that, they just highlight all the pop-ups that are happening in the next month or so. And what I do is I find the best one for me, and they have like the Instagram ID or the phone numbers or the WhatsApp that we can contact them, and then simply I just text them, call them, and get to know the cost and everything and what will they provide to us. And if I feel that it's a good match, I then go ahead with that market. But the last two markets that I did were for the same business, like the organizer was the same. So yeah, I am planning to do some more with them and some more in the place I had done before, because it's one really near to where I live, because I live in like a distant part of Mumbai, so it takes a couple of hours for me to reach Mumbai. So the market which I did the previous two times, it was comparatively nearer to where I live. So yeah, that's what I do. And so the next question is from Ankur. That's a very interesting video. Thank you, Ankur. And he wants to know, where do I get my patterns from? Okay. So basically, there are three ways I get my pattern. Some patterns, like say the small clips or the bow clips or the leaf hanging clip and all that stuff, it's my personal pattern. So I just basically made the flower pattern, and then I just made a lot of things with that pattern. So some of them which I sell are my personal pattern. Secondly, Instagram. So Instagram is where I majorly get my free patterns. There are a lot of patterns that YouTubers share on Instagram, or they make a YouTube video as well as a blog post. So I follow quite a lot of crochet YouTubers, and during their video they share where they get their pattern from, and if I really like them, I just go to the creators blog post or Instagram post and I get them from there. And thirdly, I have not done it personally, but I think Etsy, Ravelry and this places also have a lot of patterns. Some are paid, some are free, so you can check those out as well. And last but not the least, Pinterest. I think Pinterest has a lot of good patterns. Like, it has a variety and you can choose where you want. Like, it will give you a link of where the pattern is actually from. So yeah, these are some of the options you can choose to get your patterns from. Okay, so the next question is from one of my previous video which I wanted to address. So it was from Sonam Gautam, and they want to know, where did I get my gauge wire which I use for shaping petals. So I don't use any wires for shaping petals, but when I make a flower pot, I use wire to shape the leaf, and those wire I just, like, my dad got it from a local store. It is basically a simple DIY craft wire that you can get from any craft store. So yeah, that's for the wire. And then, so the couple of other questions, where do I get my raw materials? I get those questions asked a lot as well. So basically, my dad get all of them from Mumbai, Kulaba or somewhere from that area. So all my clips, my keychains, everything is from there. There is not a specific shop that I know of where he gets it from, but basically I just tell him I want this, and then he gets me like a wholesale kind of thing from Mumbai. So yeah, that's where I get all of my raw materials, except for the sticks. So the sticks which I use for my flowers, I get it from Amazon. If you guys want the link, you can just comment it down and I'll share the link with you. Okay, so basically those were all the questions I had for this video. if you have any other questions that I failed to answer in this video, leave them in the comment box below and I'll make a part 2 once I have enough questions gathered. Also, let me know what kind of videos do you want to see from me. Do you want to see vlogs or more yarn hauls? I'm always ready to buy more yarn. Or you'd like market vlogs and stuff only, and you want me to stick with only market kind of videos? Let me know what you guys think, and if you like this Q&A video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for making me reach 500 subscribers. Thank you for all the love you have been giving me recently. I'm really grateful for everything. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Till then, bye.